Now before this video starts, I just want to say that I don't hate Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. And I do think this chapter of Poppy Playtime is probably one of the best they made currently. And as much as I love this chapter, it does show me that they only really care about selling merch. And people have been saying they hope they don't milk the franchise, but I'm going to tell you already, they already have been milking the franchise. Like, they already planned a movie before the whole franchise was over. And don't even get me started on the NFTs they sold. Like, let's talk about the Nightmare Critters. Those characters were completely only made for merch and merch alone. They did not care if it made sense in the story or if it should be in the story. They put it in there so they can make money. Like, they didn't even try to give these characters a purpose for existing in the story. Like, why not give these characters at least some sort of story? Like, have these characters praise the Doctor as a god for turning them into toys or something like that. But if you thought that was bad, you haven't heard about the Inside Animals. These characters are some of the first things you see in the chapter. And wanna know what they did with these characters that seem pretty important to the story of this chapter? Absolutely nothing at all. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, they used them as collectibles that you can miss in the chapter. And you wanna know what they did a couple days after the release of the chapter? They released a bunch of merch on the characters who did literally nothing in the chapter. Whoever on the team who thought that was a good idea to do, why would you do that? Why would you think this was a good idea at all? They literally only made these characters just so they can take money out of your pocket. And if you are watching this video, I suggest you to not buy those things. Because if you do buy them, it's just going to show them that they can keep doing this over and over and over again. Also, I believe if they weren't making as much money as they were on Poppy Playtime, Chapter 5 would have been the final chapter. Now, people are saying that Chapter 6 is going to be the final chapter, and I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be the final chapter, not even close. Like, in one chapter, we have to take out the Doctor, Poppy, the Prototype, whatever new villain they add, and find out why our character's here at all and why they're doing all this. You cannot complete all of that stuff all in one chapter. Oh yeah, also someone I forgot to mention that there's an entire city under this factory. Why is there an entire city underneath a lab that is underneath a toy factory? Like, seriously, what is the purpose of this place? Why is it here? The only reason why I could think that this place is here is because this is a place where they put the toys at. But why would they do that? Because they already have two areas where they established this is where they kept the toys at. Like, I can believe that there's a giant lab underneath this toy factory, but there being an entire city under here, I'm sorry, but I just can't believe that. Like, this underground area has gotten too big. It's not believable that there's so much stuff down here. And I know because this is like some sort of new big area that they're going to introduce a new character into it. But I really hope they don't do that because they already have so many characters that they already have established to be in the story. Like, let's say Boxy Boo, why isn't he in a chapter yet? Like, let's say you're a new person playing Poppy Playtime for the first time ever, and you play through the game and you find all these notes and secrets. And sometimes you hear about this character called Boxy Boo. And also in Chapter 3 you see this weird box character that pops up. Even in Chapter 5 you hear about this mysterious character. And imagine you beat all these Poppy Playtime games, and then that character that was teased never pops up. And you might be wondering why they never popped up. That's because they drained every little penny out of Boxy Boo they could, and now they don't want to use the character anymore because they already used him. Even though you can use this character, which makes sense to use him because it has been established that he is an expert hunter, but they won't use him because they already made all the money they could off of him. It doesn't feel like the higher-ups of Mob Entertainment care about this franchise at all, because if they actually cared about this franchise, they wouldn't make things like the Inside Animals. They didn't make the Inside Animals because they cared what it could add to the story. They only cared about the money they can make from them. Because this is pretty much what they did. They said they were going to listen to us, and people were complaining about how the Nightmare Critters were bad. So you want to know what they did? They did the exact same thing with new characters that absolutely do nothing in the story. If Mob Entertainment was actually listening to the community, they wouldn't have done the same thing that they did with the Nightmare Critters. They do not care about what we have to say. They only care about draining every little penny they can get out of us. And to be honest, we probably should have seen this coming. Mob Entertainment was greedy, and they always have been greedy. And I'm not saying this because I hate this franchise or hate Poppy Playtime. I'm saying this because I love the franchise. It just doesn't feel like Mob Entertainment cares about this franchise as much as we do. And with that, we're at the end of the video. I hope you all have a fantastic day. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. Bye! Waffles.